Tzu Chi volunteers from China hold a winter aid distribution along with a free clinic and a scholarship ceremony. Before Tzu Chi's Philippine Ike Center is open to the public, volunteers gather to clean every nook and cranny. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Marilee Shoda. Thank you for joining us. We begin today's program in Taiwan. At 4 in the morning on January 4th, a fire broke out in Kaohsiung's Niaosong district. The blaze was so intense that even the neighbors came to help before the firefighters arrived on scene. 2 of the 7 family members didn't make it out of the fire alive, while everyone else survived. The family, aside from the grandmother, are still in the hospital receiving medical assistance. Tzu Chi volunteers have since mobilized to help care for the family. A fire broke out at 4 a.m. in a community in Kaohsiung. From surveillance camera footage, neighbors can be seen helping rescue the family before firefighters arrived. But the fire was unrelenting and the family was trapped. While family members are rescued, they learn that the eldest and second daughter did not make it out alive.
We rescued 3 people. The 2 people who suffered cardiac arrest were in the bedroom at the back of the building on the 4th floor. They didn't have burn marks. We estimate they died of smoke inhalation.
Those who were rescued were the husband and wife and their youngest daughter. The other 2 daughters were sleeping on the same floor but in a back bedroom. It is suspected they died of smoke inhalation. When news of their death circulated back to the children's schools, their peers couldn't believe the news. As the son who escaped on his own is still in the hospital, his classmates also send him words of encouragement.
The 2 of them were really good kids. They have a younger brother and a younger sister. They take good care of them when the parents are busy.
Other relatives soon arrive at the mortuary to mourn the 2 sisters. Initial reports suspect faulty wiring to be the cause of the fire, but a final assessment has yet to be determined. In Chengdu, China, at the end of 2016, Sichuan Tzu Chi volunteers held a number of related events to help spread love and aid to residents. In addition to the usual winter aid distribution, a small medical clinic was held, and for disadvantaged students, scholarship awards were given out. Let's take a look.
With a look of determination, this nurse struggles with the 15-kilogram bag of rice. In the end, it is too much, but thankfully some help arrives.
Moving all that rice, you need strength. The weight may be just a bit over what I could do, but I've got a lot of motivation. So today I was moved to pick up something I wouldn't normally try to carry.
This is a winter aid distribution in Huaikou Township in Chengdu, Sichuan. Tzu Chi volunteers were up early to prepare the site and to prepare snacks and warm ginger tea for the aid recipients. In addition to the distribution, today's event also includes a medical clinic, where residents can have their dental issues checked and also see doctors of Chinese medicine for any aches and pains. Some local seniors are happy for the opportunity to see a physician.
Folks here are especially in need of some more specialist methods of treatment. In the future, I hope I can participate in more activities like this because they are incredibly meaningful.
Alongside the distribution, Tzu Chi scholarships are also awarded to local students. The students were then also given second-hand books and supplies for school and winter from a second-hand shop. One student was able to select a sweater for his father. After a busy week of preparing for the distribution and cleaning up for the day's activities, these volunteers are ready to continue their mission in the new year.
Staying in China, Tzu Chi volunteers in Fujian's Nanjing are continuing their care for poor families with special winter aid distribution activities. This year's event was different with a one family, one household theme, with relief aid items being delivered directly to each home.
You traveled far from Taiwan to get here and the road is difficult, so thank you again.
Offering simple thanks are Nanjing citizens. Tzu Chi volunteers are doing things differently this year as they delivered materials directly to each home. One housebound grandmother was surprised and delighted by the visit as her home hasn't been so lively in a long time. Preparing materials ranging from food to daily use items, everything has been chosen for a reason. Not only are warm clothes being sent to warm up the body, but also special greetings. This allows everyone in the room to feel a little better. This elder grandmother, Lin Yulan, was speechless and used tears to express her gratitude.
We are like your children, so you don't need to be sad. You should be happy.
Every time I sing, they are all quite touched, and their tears begin to flow, and we are also quite touched. What we give them is not just material aid, but also care from Tzu Chi.
When we see how bitter their lives are, I think that volunteers are also getting an education.
Bringing blessings and thanks during this cold winter helps spread the love within this community.
With Kunming City's Luna Village being one of the poorest regions of China, local residents can only rely on farming and agriculture to support themselves. Tzu Chi volunteers recently conducted home visits and distributed aid supplies to villagers, allowing them to get through the Lunar New Year.
Since the remote Luna village is one of the poorest regions of China, local residents have to rely on farming and agriculture to support themselves. The rice given by Tzu Chi helps the He family get through the Lunar New Year.
Thanks for your care and love. Even in this remote area, we can also receive your assistance. This will be helpful for a few months.
He's father suffers from stroke, and he was just released from hospital after treatment. He's grandmother also needs him to take care of her. Despite their poor living condition, they all feel fortunate since they can live together. Few families in Luna village have 3 generations living together like the He family. Since Zhu Guangping's children have left home for work, he feels isolated. As the Lunar New Year is approaching, Mr. Zhu expects his children to return home for a reunion. Volunteers bring blessings to the Zhu family by passing spring couplets for them.
3个人一起摇哈，来，新年快乐，很好。
Haiti has relied upon international assistance for many years, including help from Tzu Chi during periods of natural disasters, such as Hurricane Georges affecting the country in 1998. Tzu Chi has also assisted with multiple earthquake relief efforts, including the distribution of rice and aid to schools. In the past 3 years, some 1,340 tons of rice has been distributed. And when Hurricane Matthew destroyed Haiti in 2016, Tzu Chi volunteers arrived in the country to help the heavily quake-damaged cities, Jérémy's and Laquais, by holding hot meal distributions as well as cash relief work programs.
Residents of Jérémy are enjoying their first meals since Hurricane Matthew struck Haiti in October last year. Knowing that Haitians typically enjoy rice that is cooked with red beans, Tzu Chi shipped 3.9 tons of red bean-flavored instant rice by air. Tzu Chi volunteers called on residents to join the Cash for Relief program to restore the city's former appearance.
This used to be a very beautiful city. We hope that by combining our strength, we will soon be able to restore the city's former beauty. Even if we are relying on the strength and resources of a charity organization, I am still very proud of our efforts. Because of Tzu Chi's Cash for Relief program, our streets are cleaner now.
Volunteers also purchase zinc plates and nails locally to help disaster victims repair their houses so that they may return home as soon as possible.
Mainly because I don't have a job. If I do find one, it'll take 2 to 3 years before I can save up enough money to rebuild my home.
Although Tzu Chi volunteers have decades of international relief experience, each visit to Haiti has been filled with obstacles. Despite the difficult challenges they face, volunteers remain firm, having continuously spread compassion in Haiti for the past 16 years. As part of its humanitarian aid project, Taiwan's Agriculture and Food Agency donates rice to Haiti through the Tzu Chi Foundation. Between 2014 and 2016, a total of 1,340 tons of rice has been donated to assist Haiti.
We first check our national supply to see if our rice production is at a sufficient level and that it will not affect international trade regulations. Once we have determined that our rice production is at a sufficient level, we donate the surplus to aid humanitarian efforts.
Many schools in Haiti lay in ruins following the 2010 earthquake. Tzu Chi decided to assist with the reconstruction of 3 schools for the Congregation of Sisters of St. Anne, as well as a local kindergarten for the Haiti National Association of Girl Scouts. Tzu Chi volunteer Chen Jin from the United States has traveled to Haiti more than 60 times. After the 2010 earthquake, he was among the first to conduct a disaster assessment in Haiti and witness the devastation firsthand. Even at the risk of contracting infectious diseases and putting himself in peril, Chen nevertheless marched forward courageously to help.
The education is a future. We will make difference. Of course, the most important person I want to appreciate is our dear master and the global Tzu Chi volunteers. Without your love, we cannot make it.
Apart from Tzu Chi, over the years there has been an outpouring of love from international NGOs as well. However, there are still many serious problems which confront Haiti, even just meeting basic living standards which must be addressed by the government.
We begin the second part of our program in the Philippines. Tzu Chi frequently holds free eye clinics in the country to help local disadvantaged residents treat problems such as cataracts. Currently, the Tzu Chi Philippines Eye Center is preparing to open its doors, and many volunteers, including a medical team, recently joined the cleanup effort in preparation of the grand opening. Volunteers hope to provide a comfortable and thoughtfully designed environment for the patients.
Since the Tzu Chi Eye Center in the Philippines is getting ready to open its doors, medical volunteers clean the environment in preparation for the opening party.
This time, yung OR natin, mas marami na from dati kasi.
In the future, the operating room can accommodate more patients than in the past, as there were only 2 rooms, but now there are 4, so it can accommodate more people at the same time, which is twice the number than before.
Di katulad dati na 2 lang yung rooms natin, ngayon times 2 na.
Besides the spacious room and the advanced equipment, it is also a thoughtfully designed facility.
Dati wala po tayong playroom, so this time, sa bagong eye center, meron po tayong...
We didn't have a children's playroom before, but this time we have set up one at the Department of Pediatrics, so the children can play there while waiting for medical consultation. One of our doctors has also donated some toys for the children.
Si Dr. Makaraig.
With everything ready, everyone expects that this place will benefit more patients in the future.
In Taiwan, Ye Su Rong suffered from rheumatoid arthritis for years, with the joints on her limbs becoming deformed as she could no longer walk and became bedridden. With help from Tzu Chi volunteers, she went to Dalian Tzu Chi Hospital for surgery. Now, with artificial joints, she can do recycling and even looking after her own parents.
Ye Su Rong was 16 years old when the rheumatoid arthritis started attacking her. Back then, medical science wasn't advanced, so she wasn't treated and later bedridden for the next 20 years. This meant her parents had to take care of her.
My mom was sick, so she had to get water for me. She sprained her lower back, but she still brought water for me, so it reminded me that it should be a child looking after his or her parents. But it was the other way around in my family. It was quite embarrassing.
The joints of her arms and legs were deformed so badly that she could not eat by herself, and she could not walk because her legs were too weak. Becoming bedridden, it made her want to commit suicide.
Almost all of her joints were deformed. The worst case were the two knee joints, as they'd atrophied and were too weak, and they couldn't be bent. So if she wanted her knees to become normal again, a surgery was the only cure. Stand up and let us have a look. Good, yes, and prop up your chest. We had a photo together, right? Not bad. You must keep practicing.
After she can walk, Su Rong now does recycling and also fulfills her dream of taking care of her parents.
Master Zhen Nian was at Taoyuan's Jingsi Hall to preside over year-end ceremonies on January 4th. The mayor of Taoyuan visited in the morning to express appreciation for the Tzu Chi Foundation's help in the reconstruction of the Heliu tribe. In the afternoon, volunteer Huang Fuquan told the audience how everyone can help Syrian refugees in Jordan.
Tzu Chi volunteers are seen here holding a free clinic in Jordan. They also go to refugee camps to carry out relief work and help ease the pain and injuries caused by war.
Whenever he saw a plane, he'd become nervous and agitated because his home in Syria was bombed by a plane. So we did our best to give him happiness.
Tzu Chi volunteers are also rebuilding homes for the Heliu tribe in Taoyuan. Taoyuan Mayor Zheng Wenchan feels it's the best model for reconstruction.
I noticed the master was quite attentive, from the needs of users to designing these houses. Although there are only 10 odd houses, it shows the attention and care of the Tzu Chi Foundation.
Christopher Yang from the United States is among the members who follow the master's tour around Taiwan. He makes a big vow with his compassion.
I'm very touched that the master describes a wish like the pot of a plant, and the seeds are like the principles. How big your vow is will determine how powerful you are.
Every gesture and position is filled with the energy of the Dharma. Tzu Chi volunteers want to bless the public to be as equal as the Buddha, that they too also embrace great love in their hearts.
Dealing with the diagnosis of cancer can be devastating to a person's physical and emotional state. Most of us never imagine what we would do if faced with such a condition. In our next piece, we'll meet Lin Yongquan, who despite never smoking a cigarette or drinking alcohol, was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. But as we will see, he's not letting his condition get him down.
Every month, this husband and wife go to the hospital for a scheduled checkup and treatment session to combat the husband's lung cancer. It has been difficult and emotionally trying.
I have never smoked a single cigarette in my entire life. How can I have lung cancer? It's very hard to come to terms with this.
Originally, he thought his cough was simply a cold. He never imagined it could be 4th-stage lung cancer. Although he was shocked by the news, understanding the impermanence of life, Mr. Lin was determined not to be defeated by the diagnosis.
FRP 你若塑胶有回收价值，这 FRP 有纤维。
Every week, Mr. Lin can regularly be found at the local recycling station, helping his community protect the environment. During this work, Mr. Lin is not only doing recycling, but he is also calming and purifying his heart in his struggle with cancer.
有些人生病之后就
When some people get sick, they will just shut all their doors and cut themselves off from interaction with others. But over the course of treatment, I never did that. I'm active online, sharing my news with others and getting their advice and encouragement.
Facing his condition with a positive outlook and a determined spirit, Lin Yongquan is keeping active and receiving the love and encouragement of his Tzu Chi family as he continues to walk the Bodhisattva path.
A Tzu Chi volunteer from Taichung's Beitun district, Hong Shouhuang, used to work in a hostess club. During that time, she was addicted to alcohol and had a bad temper, which then led to the loss of her health and the harmonious relationship with her family. Fortunately, with her mother's encouragement, she joined Tzu Chi and has learned from Master Cheng Yen's teachings. Now she has not only changed for the better, but she has also learned to dedicate her time to helping those in need.
In May last year, Tzu Chi volunteers along with Hong Shouhuang visited single mothers. Few knew Hong used to make a living working as the manager of a hostess club.
I had a very bad temper before because I often argue with my husband once every 5 days, and we had a fault once every 3 days. The tension in the family scared our child.
Ever since Mrs. Hong got addicted to alcohol and lived an unhealthy lifestyle, she has been struggling with multiple illnesses.
Because of the irregular lifestyle, I had many illnesses, such as liver disease, hepatitis C, and diabetes.
Due to the loss of her health and relationship with her family, Hong realized it's time to change. With the encouragement of her mother, she has become part of Tzu Chi.
At the time, I was in pain, but after I joined Tzu Chi, I no longer suffered. Many Dhamma family members comforted and accompanied me to cope with the difficult time. I have gotten rid of my bad habits. Now I live in a normal life and I have become healthier.
During the volunteer training session, Hong studied hard to learn from Master Cheng Yen's teachings and wisdom. She has found answers to many questions in her life. Her friends and family also discovered that she has become quite different.
Before she entered Tzu Chi, she was very persistent, but now she has become a person who is willing to listen to others and change herself.
Mrs. Hong is now following Master Cheng Yen to walk the Bodhisattva path, allowing her to say goodbye to her past and live in a simple and happy life.
At the end of the program, we joined Tzu Chi volunteers in Taichung who are helping a solitary senior clean up his home. Due to his poor vision and overall health condition, Mr. Huang can hardly take care of his home. Thus, before the upcoming Lunar New Year, volunteers gather to help the old man. Thank you for joining us today, and we hope you may find as much Dharma joy in cleaning as those volunteers did. Goodbye.